Hi collectors, it's the Clipper King here with another ratings video on the Hot Toys First Blood John J. Rambo. This figure is taken from the first film. As you can see, I'm playing it in the background. I've got to say, one of my favourite films of all time. So if I show any bias towards this figure, that explains why. Right, I bought this figure on eBay. It were a pre-owned, and I bought it about two and a half years ago. I paid about £75 for it, and it was just as the Hot Toys figures were starting to take off in price. At the time I'd already got the Hot Toys 3 figure. I only paid about £65 for it, and since I got this I've also got the Hot Toys Rambo 2 figure, but the story on the value on that is for another day. Right, I'll go into the source material. As I say, First Blood is one of my favourite films of all time. It's one of the first action films I watched as a kid. And when people used to go to the local video shop, I must have rented this film 50 times. Love it. I will word perfect on it, but I don't watch it as often now as I used to. So the source material on this one, it's got to be 5 points. I have a possible 5. Right, the package. As I say, I bought this pre-owned for about £75, and I've got to say, the guy who had it before me did keep it in mint condition. So when I received it, it's like brand new. There's not a mark on the box. That says it is a pretty standard box from Hot Toys. It's just the inner box with the holographic slipcover. Like I said, nothing too frilly. If you've had an Hot Toys figure before, chances are it came in this style box. What I will say on this one is the choice of the picture for the front cover is really amazing. It just sums up the first Rambo film for me. I do like the American flag in background and the poses in. So for the packaging, it is pretty standard, so I would give it a 3 out of 5. The likeness. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'll probably know by now that I rate the Rambo 3 figure very highly. It's one of the only early figures that can stand up with the modern sculpts and paintwork. This one definitely can't stand up with those. But when you compare it to the figures of the time, the ones I've seen from the Aliens film, I would say this one's probably better. It's slightly better than the Rambo 2. Possibly better than the Rocky figures, but not amazing. He has got the Stallone signature scowl on his face, or sneer, whatever you want to call it. But like I say, at first glance, I mean, if you look at sort of that to that, it is quite a way off. So on the likeness, I would give it a 3 out of 5. The outfit. Again, a common theme with the Rambo figures. There's not very much to the outfit. It's basically shoes or boots, trousers, in this case jeans, and a singlet top. In this case it's a grey one. It does match the box, as you can see, but like I say, not much to the outfit. What I will say on this one is the headband that he wears. When it comes, it's a very light looking brown, like a tan, like a sandy brown colour, and it's a little bit thick. And because of how light it is and how thick the band is, it doesn't sit right, and it doesn't hang down, if you know what I mean. It sort of sticks off at the side of his head. It doesn't hang like it does on the box if you look. I mean, even my version, it still stands out slightly. But what I did when I got this, because it was a major issue for me for some reason, I just smeared Vaseline onto my finger and thumb and just smeared it through the cotton, which made it a little bit heavier and get it more of a greasy look, like it is an headband that has been sweating into. So as Peter would tell you, every now and again you've got to pimp your figures out, and I thought that was the case with this one. So the outfit, not a lot to it. What there is done really well. Obviously tailoring from Hot Toys, we all know, is amazing. The jeans look good, if a little bit light. The boots are sculpted but do look good. The vest fits well, but it's not removable, or you would struggle to remove it. Like I say, it looks good, but there's not much to it. So on the outfit, I would give it a 4. Articulation. Again, It's a true type legs up to the waist, and then a rubber muscle bodysuit from the waist up. Like I say, they do look amazing. And with the Rambo figures, I would say they're all slightly different sculpts, because the Rambo 2 figure looks really toned. Maybe that's because he doesn't wear the vest where the other two do. This one looks slightly bulkier, and also the skin tone on this one's like it looks like he's been wearing fake tan on this one, where on the 3 it looks really realistic. On the 2 it's a really pink looking colour, but the arms do match the face. But the articulation, to try and to hold the gun that he's holding now, if I tried to put that in 2 hands like that, I would think his left hand would just keep popping off. The articulation is not that good. So very standard for the Rocky figures, the Rambo figures. A couple of others that use the muscle body. I would give the articulation a 3. The extras. For a Rambo figure, it's a little bit thin on the ground. All you basically get is the large gun which he's holding now. I'll try and turn it. 3 are the bullet belts. Obviously 2 of them you wrap round his outfit, round his vest. 1 does attach to the gun and then drapes over his hand. He gets the large hunting knife, which you can see is on the side of him. The belt's really well done. And as you can see on this one, he's got an M16 strapped to his back. So if you do watch Rambo First Blood Part 1, the gun he mainly uses is the M16, I believe. So I did buy that separately, so that item doesn't come with the figure as standard. It does look good posing that, but at the moment I've gone back to a standard pose where he's like so holding the larger gun one-handed with the bullets draped through his hand. It's like a classic pose sort of for this figure. So the extras on this, not as good as 2 or 3. Definitely not as good as something like Blade or the Terminator 2. So I would give the extras on this, give it a generous 3. The value, like I say, I got this guy one of the first 4 or 5 Hot Toys figures I did pick up. They were retailing at the time for about £65, and it just started creeping up. I think I paid about £75 for it, but like I said, the figure and the box is mint condition, so £75 is pretty good. At the moment, it's going from, I would think, about 130 to 150. So it's a steady climb. Yeah, I can't see it going much higher than that, because they have brought another version of the Rambo 1 out, the Army Jacket version, where you get less still extras. The jacket looks nice and the head sculpt is better. Probably articulation is better, but it's the same box. But if you want a classic Rambo, a Rambo 1 figure, I would still go for this one, because he spends most of the film in this. Just so on the value, I'd give it a 4. Just to backtrack a little bit and go on to the outfit, one thing that pisses me off, and a look I tried to recreate, although it's very hard to get clothes in the 1/6 scale, is the look, as you can see on screen. I've just missed it. Halfway through the film, he finds like a strip of material and makes like a poncho style thing and wraps a string around the middle. He does spend a lot of the film wearing that. Now I think Hot Toys, if you look at that, I can't understand why Hot Toys couldn't weather a piece of cotton or whatever material and add that to the figure. It's just an obvious choice, and whoever were working on the costume on this figure was slipping a little bit. So if they want to send me an application form for Hot Toys, I'd gladly take it, and I can be their art director or whatever, because they do need to put that poncho in here. But apart from that, they don't do bad. So to sum this figure up, I've given it 25 out of 35. Like I say, if you would want a Rambo for your collection, I would definitely go for the Rambo 3, although this is not a bad figure, and obviously First Blood Part 1 just kicks Rambo 3's ass. Right, I just want to thank everybody for the comments so far. Thank you to those who have subscribed. Always looking for new subscribers. Do enjoy your comments, and I do always try to reply. So shout out to all my regulars. Thanks for watching my videos. Just as a bit of fun on this one, I've asked you in the past for your top 3 figures. the 3 figures that you're most looking forward to. Today I'm going to ask if you could leave a comment just saying which 3 figures you wish Hot Toys would make. So it's something that they haven't got planned, you've not heard any plans at all from Hot Toys, but if you could choose, you could work for Hot Toys for 1 week, which 3 figures would you try and get the license for? Thanks for watching. This is a Clipper King, out.